So the thing probably wanted to talk about a little bit is Lehiva and where Lehiva comes from. So Lehiva, long story short, like I think in 2020 or 2021, I got caught up in on one of these scammers online from Nigeria. Okay, and then oh bro, like probably would have been big problems. You know, it was right when the oil problems was happening during COVID, and then the guy was already telling me that he get access to barrels, right? Because it started off as another thing, and then I kept on catching him in little things. Because I get a thing about looking at details and patterns. Yeah, I get a thing about it. So like when and then we became kind of friends, and then he started teaching me weird shit like dark psychology and shit. But I was glad to learn a little bit, because then it kind of protects me now, understanding how that works, because some people do those things naturally. But anyway, all the way down to, guys, like, and I think this is partial like insight from God, Holy Spirit kind of stuff, because I got all the way down to finding his address and shit like that, like showed him on Google his own house. But anyways, and this is just one regular tito from like, no, you know what I mean, I don't got no tech real skills or anything. It's just following the prompts, yeah. But anyway, what happened was so we was gonna make a business where his business Dunket was gonna link up with the business I created, and the name came up, Lehiva, right? Because I have a dog named Hiva, and then I brought a Canax. Every time I bring Hiva over, he'll talk about his niece named Lehiva. So Lehiva means like admired, beloved, and cherished, and that's how I feel about a lot of things, and I really focus on those things that I cherish. But I made it Lehiva, because I do cherish connections, you know what I mean? And Lehiva, in my baby understanding, is kind of like a precious lei. And what a lei to me is a lot of things, you know what I mean? Like they call lei aloha when you put the baby on your shoulders, lei aloha, because hopefully it's self-explanatory. But so I created Lehiva to be in partnership with Nigeria, because then at that moment I was kind of having thoughts about, like, you know, because when I got my DNA back, I had Nigeria, I had Congo, stuff like that. And then when I was asking him about Congo people, he kind of gave me a little history, and my heart was broken. Like, these guys was bust up from the people that was making the babies go into mines and doing all this shit. And I was like, oh yeah, but if we was to make a big business, frick, I'd like to invest in them for their safety, you know what I mean? Like as if we was billionaires. I was over there dreaming like billionaire kind, you know what I mean? Like, oh, as if we could make a difference in the moment. But anyway, Lehiva, the meaning in my heart about Lehiva is community, because, like, you know, the state and stuff, even when we get Kanakas in there, it's hard for them because they're still a minority there. So I had always thought that it's the community that will fulfill what our kupuna probably wanted to, what our kupuna's intentions for us is. I feel like, I don't know how to explain that in a better way. Just meaning that, like, the things I've researched and stuff, like when it came to the royalty and their kuleana of taking care of burials, kupuna, orphans, and everything else is kind of lost on me right now. Probably right now in this day and age would be like housing and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But at the moment, just community, that we would be the ones, right, to make it right, that we're gonna take care of each other, because we feel each other, we live each other, we love each other. You know, even if we don't love each other, we're not gonna look at each other and let each other starve. We're not gonna let each other be without essential needs. And that comes to the other like foundational thing for me is dignity. Yeah, that's why I love people that treat people well, even if they cannot give you nothing, because that's how it should be, you know what I mean? Like, we in community, and everybody deserves dignity, meaning not giving people money in front of the camera, meaning making them whole without other people looking. That's how I feel about it. But anyway, Like, so the Lehiva thing is coming from like years of meditation on those things. And then also born from that is I also created a nonprofit called Ke Aloha Pili. So I just talking story on this because, man, I just leave everybody hanging. I see people like looking, like you can see the views, but I so don't have time since I've been working to like look into all things and or be such a social media presence. And that's kind of not my intention, because I kind of not somebody that really care for attention. I like being part of, you know what I mean? Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Get it where I fit in, you know what I'm saying? If you like it, I love it, you know. But yeah, so just creating this video so I can have something to show you guys. So that's where Lehiva came from. And then also coming up gonna be Ke Aloha Pili, because I have other things. So I explained that only to say, mostly to help us understand where I'm coming from, because Lehiva not gonna only be lays. I hope I have other things coming up that I do wanna do as a support to the community, according like media wise, you know what I'm saying. And then if I can help people, that would be the excellent thing. That would be the excellent thing. So yep, just